So next up, the William Hunt GSM.
Lovely.
It's a medium-bodied red,
Yep.
not too robust. Grenache vines, oldest in Australia, 123 to 154-year-old vines.
Yep.
Barossa Valley, so just big, gutsy, essentially, but with the blend.
Yep.
Medium-bodied, but
Beautiful.
lots to go on. So let's see how that goes.
Well, I'll cut us up a little biscuit.
Please.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, I do like the whole idea behind the Grenache. That was some of the first vines planted in Australia, weren't they?
Yes, that's exactly right.
So, I mean, you are getting that, you know, as you were saying, there's some of the oldest, so, you know, they do have that real nice, gnarly, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of them got forgotten about.
Oh, well, that's because a lot of them were cold, actually. Absolutely.
Let's have a look. That cheese, even in the slight minutes that it's been since we've tried it, it's already opening up more. It's just getting better and better.
The more room temperature it is, the softer it gets as well. That.
What do you think? You think this will work?
There's only one way to find out. That's very nice. It's very mild in the way that it doesn't so much marry. I've got very distinct aspects of the wine, very distinct aspects of the cheese.
They are. It's almost like...
But it works.
It is working.
They don't so much marry, but they do complement each other in the sense that there is nothing wrong with what is happening in my mouth at the moment.
It is bringing, for me, I mean... For me, although you might really, really enjoy it, I mean, as we were saying at the start, it's all quite individual, this sort of process. And for me, that is almost bringing a little bit of acidity to the wine that wasn't present before. Yeah. Just right on the finish. I said, you might not even get it. But it just for me, it's just right there at the end. It almost had a caramel sort of finish on it. And now all of a sudden, there's a little bit something there that's not doing it for me.
No, I see. I think I know what you mean. It's a more savoury aspect, which is, once again, perhaps leaning to that kind of sour cherry.
Indeed, yeah. Well, dark fruits, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. So, I enjoy it. It's not a perfect marriage.
Yeah.
But you can see, you know, certain aspects of what perhaps would marry and what would not.
It does work, but I think that might be one that is up to individual interpretation.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's move on to the goats.
All right. It's got quite a really nice colour to it. A lot of the ash roll cheeses you can get, you know, they might be going, this has had a good roll around in the hay, so to speak.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Once again, it's getting better. I'm wondering how this is going to go with this.
I think it's given in a very interesting way. It's actually given the wine a slight, actually considerably more kind of chalky tannins.
Oh, 100%.
And that's very strange because you've got a very creamy cheese.
Well, I think it's
a very silky wine.
Yeah.
Together.
It's the wine actually
grainy,
attaching to the little individual pieces of the cheese, and it is giving it that slight powdery feel. But
flavour not bad.
Flavour's not bad. I mean, the finish on it, I prefer much better than the blue.
Indeed.
Right? Because it's got an almost, you're left with this quintessential almost dairy flavour in your mouth. It's very creamy, very smooth, but yeah, it just doesn't work at the beginning for me. It's almost like the reverse.
Well, that's indeed, but I would say this medium-bodied red with a bit of spice, it should marry quite well.
Have a bit of it. Well, let's have a look at the cheddar.
Oh, wow. That does it for me. That has given that smokiness and the kind of almost meaty aspect that I was talking about before with the cheddar.
Umaminess.
Indeed.
There it is.
Well, you know all about that, but that has just translated magnificently to the wine. Almost drinking that really meaty aspect of a cured meat, and that is really going from the mid palate, probably not so much in the front, but all the way back down, and I can feel that down here. That is delicious.
I was a little bit when I first tried the wine after the cheese. I was a little bit, there was just something right at the beginning that I wasn't too sure of, but then the finish, it just marries so perfectly, as you were saying, with the smokiness of the cheese, and it does have that gameness. It's almost like you're having a nice salami or something.
That is exactly, I think, Chardonnay with the blue.
With the blue.
And then that is what marrying is all about. So this, for me, I take the wine on itself.
Yeah.
I taste the cheese on itself.
Yeah.
Bringing them both together, I'm getting more from both. I can separate more flavors from the wine and also from within the cheese whilst they're together. That is...
Definitely.
That's delicious, at least for me.
They all worked in their own way, some of them better than others. I think definitely the smoked cheddar at the end there sealed the deal for me.